If you've ever had sushi, you've probably seen the lovely pistachio green paste that's usually offered alongside it. Did you heed the caution to take a small amount of it mixed with your soy sauce, even if you may have heard it before? Greetings and welcome back to Bestie, viewers. Some people adore wasabi, while others find it repulsive. It's currently a favorite served with popcorn and wasabi peas. Because of its therapeutic qualities, wasabi is a native plant to Japan that has been utilized for generations. However, due to its high cost, many eateries serve green-dyed ground horseradish. Thankfully, wasabi has several health advantages when consumed in its authentic form. And we'll tell you what they are in today's video. Watch to the end to find out about all of them, from supporting weight loss to avoiding tooth decay, eliminating hazardous food-borne bacteria, boosting arthritis, and increasing gastrointestinal health. Fights cancer cells. Fights cancer cells. Strong substances known as phytonutrients, also referred to as phytochemicals, are found in wasabi. These have sulfur, which has potent anti-cancer properties. Wasabi and other cruciferous vegetables naturally contain them. Plant cells are broken down and transformed into phytochemicals when raw vegetables are chewed. Carcinogens that cause cancer are neutralized by their anti-cancer properties. According to studies, phytochemicals may aid in the prevention of esophageal and lung cancer. They can aid in reducing the risk of gastrointestinal and other malignancies. This implies that wasabi can be included in the list of foods that prevent cancer. When did you try wasabi for the first time? What was the experience like? Tell us right away in the comments box below. Enhances digestive health. Enhances digestive health. Research has indicated that this root may have properties that inhibit gut bacteria, which may prevent stomach cancer and gastric inflammation. One of the reasons it's served with raw fish is because it might help avoid food sickness. Wasabi peas are a fantastic choice for the digestive system because they aid in the body's removal of toxins. They achieve this by removing the potential for diverticulitis. Being a high-fiber food, the peas are essential for healthy bowel motions. Without fiber, the colon must function harder than usual, and the pressure from this could lead to the formation of pouches in the colon's weak points. This is uncomfortable and might make leaky gut syndrome worse. Preserves heart health. Preserves heart health. Preventing heart problems is another well-liked justification for frequently using wasabi. It contains substances that can help lower elevated cholesterol and lower the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Wasabi's phytochemicals are not limited to cancer prevention. Additionally, they prevent platelet aggregation, which is the process by which blood platelets clump together to form a blood clot. The primary cause of strokes and other heat-related issues is these clots. It successfully lowers the risk of heart disease and stroke by dissolving and preventing the formation of these clots. Combats arthritis. Fights arthritis. Research has demonstrated that the strong wasabi can lessen inflammation, joint edema, and even the effects of arthritis. Once more, it has been demonstrated that the potent antioxidant phytochemicals lessen joint, ligament, and muscle inflammation. Research indicates that wasabi may help prevent osteoporosis and preserve human bone integrity. You will feel younger if you include wasabi in your diet. Eliminates dangerous food-borne bacteria. Eliminates dangerous food-borne bacteria. Research has demonstrated that the potent ingredients in wasabi can help stave off bacterial illnesses. Wasabi was found to be the most effective food against E. coli and another bacteria that causes staph infections in a study evaluating the antibacterial qualities of several foods and vegetables. This suggests that by consuming wasabi to maintain levels of phytochemicals in the diet, food poisoning and other foodborne illnesses can be avoided. Once more, it was established that phytochemicals were the essential element that destroyed these potentially fatal germs. In an effort to increase the efficacy of their antibacterial lotions and gels, some businesses have started adding trace amounts of wasabi extract. Heal conditions related to the respiratory system. Heals respiratory conditions. When it comes to some respiratory diseases, wasabi can be a powerful ally. The strong reaction in the sinuses and nasal passages caused by the gaseous component of wasabi is actually the gaseous discharge of a chemical This can effectively halt the respiratory tract bacteria that cause pneumonia and influenza from rapidly proliferating. Even though it has a strong aftertaste and scent, eating it can have many positive effects on your health and well-being. It stimulates the sinuses and opens the nasal passageways to promote airflow, which can frequently aid people who suffer from seasonal allergies or even the common cold. Stops dental decay. Stops dental decay. As a natural antibacterial, it may eradicate bacteria, which is why raw fish is frequently served with it. Wasabi's vapors contain a chemical called isothiocyanate, which is primarily responsible for this. These aid in preventing the growth of bacteria, mold, and yeast. It's interesting to note that while eliminating the microorganisms that could cause tooth decay, they also aid in its prevention. You don't have to visit the dentist each time you get tooth discomfort. Did you know that? Watch the video. Scientists discover a drug that fixes cavities and regrows teeth, to learn how to skip the dreaded dentist appointment. Let's return to wasabi's surprising health advantages now. Aids in losing weight. Aids in losing weight. If included in your weight loss regimen along with a nutritious diet, regular exercise, and lifestyle modifications, wasabi can be a helpful ally. It functions as a digestive stimulant among other things. It is incredibly flavorful and low in calories, so you may use it to enhance the flavor of a low-calorie, healthful, high-fiber meal that consists of lean protein or steamed veggies. You'll also benefit from the extra fiber. This can help with digestion and count toward your daily intake of fiber. Lower risk of obesity has also been associated with increased dietary fiber intake. Legit versus fake wasabi. Real wasabi versus fake. Were you aware that a startling proportion of sushi bars don't use real wasabi? According to a report, up to 99% of the wasabi sold in the US is actually phony. Not only that, but experts estimate that 95% of wasabi sold in Japan is imitation. Most restaurants and grocery stores serve wasabi, which is actually a concoction of horseradish, mustard powder, and food coloring. Food coloring gives it a green appearance, and the horseradish and mustard's ability to clean your sinuses combine to give you the impression that you're eating the real thing. In certain combinations, cornstarch or other chemical stabilizers are added to aid in the powder's thickening, akin to that of freshly grated wasabi. The actual item is very different. The stem of the wasabi plant, which may reach a length of about 2 feet and is renowned for being difficult to harvest, is where true wasabi is found. Most commonly, it is offered freshly grated and sold by the stem. It tastes sweeter, richer, and more nuanced than the imitation products you're accustomed to. The reasons behind the abundance of fake wasabi in the world. Why is fake wasabi so prevalent? It's pricey. It's pricey. It's simple to identify the phony wasabi that restaurants serve. Usually, there is free food on the side of each plate. Given that real wasabi is more expensive than its fake counterpart, it would be challenging for eateries to employ it so extensively. The plant is extremely difficult to grow. Therefore, there is typically less supply than there is demand, which raises the price. Wasabi exports from Japan can fetch up to $300 per kilogram. When you consider that easy-to-grow horseradish and mustard can be purchased wholesale for probably less than $5 a kilogram, you can understand why so many eateries opt to use fake wasabi powders. Charge more than most clients were ready to pay if you served fresh, shaved wasabi to sushi diners or even sold it dried in containers. The usual ball that is offered with sushi costs between $3 and $5. It's difficult to believe that a tiny item could be worth the cost of a whole dinner. Once you experience pure wasabi, though, you might be willing to pay for it. Challenging to develop. Hard to develop. According to the BBC, wasabi is the hardest plant to grow, and growers who make mistakes might suffer severe financial consequences. The seeds themselves cost about $1 a piece, and many of them never sprout. The plant is quite particular about its surroundings. It will wither and die if it is exposed to excessive humidity, insufficient water, or the incorrect nutrients. However, it's not insurmountable, since numerous plants manage to survive beyond the germination phase. Overcoming fungal disease and stem rot, which are prevalent in plants cultivated in damp environments, is the next challenge. It can take up to 3 years for the plant to reach maturity, even in the best of circumstances if disease avoidance is achieved. All of that results in a supply of wasabi that is less than the demand for it globally, driving increasing prices and rendering it out of reach for most. True wasabi is so pricey and scarce that it may be considered exotic. That being said, were you aware that certain unusual foods have the potential to be fatal for you? Find out more about the topic we are discussing by watching these 2 films will undoubtedly assist you in making better decisions to help avoid foods that can be fatal for you. 16 exotic foods that can actually kill you, and learning about foods people eat that can kill you. So feel free to choose a video to watch. Ever tasted authentic wasabi? What was the experience like? Tell us in the space provided for comments below.